Hi everyone, welcome you all for my DevOps series. So this is a video about how you have to set up a GKE cluster. So GKE cluster, where I am creating my GKE cluster in uh, Google Cloud actually. So this is the Google Cloud actually, where I'm. Let me go for the GKE. Go for the hamburger menu. Click on GKE. So once you click on GKE, it should be popped up to enable an API. So this is the default Kubernetes page. Is going to be in Google Cloud actually. So whenever sitting first time, this you're going to be get authorized by enable an API to enable an API Kubernetes API. So generally it is going to allow you to create an Kubernetes cluster. So this is the default page. So to work on that, so in the Ansible server we have to create the cloud shell. So in the Google Cloud we will going to use the cloud shell, right? That's what we want to download this software development kit from Google Cloud and install it on this Ansible server, so that we can able to access that. So we can configure the our credentials, like which account we are using, like that. So we can configure that and we can able to use it from the Ansible server itself, rather than going to the Google Cloud, and then we have to then doing a configuration on Google Cloud activate Cloud Shell. So rather than doing it here, so we can do it in Ansible server itself. So that's kind of an automation we want to focus on. So presently, so we want to install an Google SDK. So I have a script for it. In my CI/CD build Kubernetes, in this repository, you're going to find the G Cloud. So in this folder, you're going to be having two files, two Cloud Shell Bash shell script actually. One is G Cloud SDK. So this is what we required. So this is what we want to configure it on the Ubuntu Ansible server which we have set up. So copy it. So and go for the Ansible server. So here type ls. So here we want to create gcloud directory. So go inside the directory and nano. Uh, so you have to create a file actually. So whatever the thing which you copied, shift insert. So save, and yes. So yeah, you have to provide execution permission for this file actually. So you have provided an execution permission. Next, run the script. So it's going to start installing Google SDK. So we have to wait for some time. So once the installation is completed, I will resume the video. So now the Google SDK is been installed. So now we have to configure the configure our server to communicate with our Google Cloud account. So now it is going to check for the connections and it's going to initiate uh, a logging. It is going to require some project ID and the email ID which you're going to use for creating an account. So this is the link which has given. So when you can click on that, so it's going to open an browser where we need to authorize actually. So you have to log in with your email ID and then you have to authorize. So I will authorize in the different windows, so that for the security purpose. So if you should be having a Google Cloud account, so then you have to authorize by giving this. I'm just authorizing with this link which I am getting. Uh, so now the authorization is completed. So once the authorization is completed, you will be popped up with this many projects. These are the projects which is there in my account. There are three projects. Yeah, or it's going to pop up with entering your own project ID or create a new project like that. So the project which I'm using here is number three, new Ansible actually. So that is the project. Uh, I'm selecting this project. So I'm leaving it as default region. So that's why I don't want to configure the default region. That's why I'm giving a no. So now the configuration is done. We have set up the configuration for our server. Now let us check kubectl. Uh, so now the kubectl is not installed. So the error message you are getting kubectl not found. To install that, so I have some commands. So in the previous repository which you went was having some gcloud install, right? So in that itself you will find that kubectl install. uh, First command is gcloud components install kubectl. You have to install this kubectl component from the Google SDK manager. Now it's throwing some error. It is asking for us to install like this. Copy this, put classic in front of that. So it is not working. Go with this. So now it is started downloading. We have to wait for some time to get it finished installing kubectl for us. So after that, we want to install kubectl component for gcloud auth plugin. So in the Google Cloud SDK, it is already installed. So to verify that, we will check once again. So now it is installed. This command is going to install the gcloud auth plugin. So this is already installed actually. Uh, so it is throwing an error. Let us install with this command, the below command which they give. So the gcloud GKE auth plugin is already installed. So now it is fully set up. Now let us try kubectl get pods. So now the kubectl command is working. So since we don't have any kind of a cluster is up and running, we are getting this error. In the next video, we shall create one GKE cluster. Then we shall progress with our DevOps course. Thank you all. Bye bye.